So understanding what you're saying, let's talk about the project, Flipping Tables.
Yes.
I really love this project.
Yes,
For the simple fact, I have a very deep tone meaning to how I think. I don't just look at things for face value, like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like to really go into the mind of the person. Now, I'm going to go spiritual, and you tell me if I'm too deep or if I'm wrong or totally off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Christian man. Some people don't like Christianity. They say it's the white man's religion. I don't see how, if in the book, everybody thought Paul was an Ethiopian, and there's no Ethiopian white people, so I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go into not my faith, but something I noticed. In the Bible, Christ wasn't a target of the government until he flipped the table. He took the money changer's money and threw it back at them and says, you will not do this in my Father's house. Which is about integrity, spirituality, righteousness, and morality. Mm-hmm. Which is basically what hip hop was bred on.
The house of hip hop.
Until it got. I got it.
Take it over.
Okay, I got it. Okay. So it wasn't. It was when that came. It got introduced. His actions got introduced to the society. He was a problem. And in hip hop, it's the people who flip the table on hip hop that now are ostracized, bastardized, or taken away, like Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah.
What was the purpose of flipping tables as a creation of yours, and the cover of the cartoon Flipping the Table?
Yes. So, Flipping Tables, the title and that track came from a conversation I had with the artist who used to roll with him, Tume, who, you know, Juicy, right? Yeah. He used to be in the industry back in the day, right? He left the industry, you know, the family thing came back in the 90s. A lot of the execs were there, but his man, Tume, wasn't. So it was coming in as a new jack. And they tried to casting couch him. And by casting couch, I mean just that. You know, the little handshake with the little on the inside, and, you know, little lubriderm, you know. And he wasn't with the shits. So, and he was very hyper masculine, West Coast, South Central gangster type of dude, Jerry Curl at the time. And he wilded out in the office and beat this guy to a bloody pulp. And that in turn got him blacklisted and balled, you know, from the industry and all those opportunities. And it made me think, like, damn, what about people who didn't get blackballed and, you know, had to deal with those same individuals? And then with all this Weinstein stuff coming out, Cosby stuff coming out, all these allegations from like years of abuse and stories coming out, it really makes me wonder. So me, I'm not looking for no external validation really like that, especially from those types of folks at that level, oligarchs. I don't make music for Donald Trump and stuff. Like I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not my life experience. That's not most like people in the world's life experience. You know. And folks in hip hop, you would think some of like the poorest cats are making music for like that 1% that can only, you know how sold the new Rolls Royce be. I don't. I'm on a bus. I'm on a 59. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I'd like to have that problem, but I don't think that's how I'd spend my money if I could do that, you know. But yeah, it's like I'm all over the place. I'm getting lost.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you. So back to the cover. How did that cartoon character in the flipping of the tables really influence the project?
Oh, so yeah, it's Flipping the Table is just me saying, you know what, fuck all this industry shit all together. Fuck, oh, you gotta have your turn up song. Oh, you have to get this many followers. Oh, you gotta do this type of video. Fuck all that. Yo, I'm putting out an album exactly the way I like, music wise. I'm satisfied with every track. I listen to this and enjoy this. Here, y'all can enjoy it too if you want. So it's already done. Before a head could critique it, I already made peace with it. There's no, I hope they, you know. And two, I thought like maybe put out something organically and just see without promo or without some type of press run or something that's very calculated and could be stressful. I'm just like flipping table, you know, all this industry stuff. Boom, I'm just gonna give you art, and people are liking that. It's authentic. And I'm just doing things on my own terms. And that's what Flipping Tables is. It's saying, first off, what's been going on in my culture, I don't agree with, right? Inside the house of hip hop, right? There's been a lot of abuses and things that is going wrong and right. And I'm not with the shit, so I'm just, the dope MC is a dope MC, you know?
But part of being a dope MC, besides the visual art of the album, is even your videos. Your videos, I see you walking in foreign land. I see pyramids in the back. I see you piecing it with people in that community, but bringing the American style with a foreign look to it.
Negros Americanos is international, man. Me and Bishop, when we formed in Panama, we stayed out there for an entire year and some change, you know. It wasn't just a travel. We didn't even step foot on a resort. We were in the barrio. We were in Ciudad Radial, Concepcion, and Juan Diaz, and Panama. You know what I'm saying? So we were deep in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Not woods, in the barrio, you know? And it's like the types of travelers we are and connections we want to make with people are authentic and real. So like when I went to Mexico, that's Glorious Galleries, right? Glorious Galleries hide sad realities, illusory enchantment but full of fallacy facades, congruent to the gods, but inside their hollow bones and smell very bizarre, right? Went to pyramids. We went to Mayapan, which was the last Mayan city before the fall of that empire, right? It's a historic location, right? But to talk about something, you know, that song is about colonialism. It's about theft of previously beautiful places now that are turned deserts, right? It is about the Vatican being very beautiful and gaudy, but then when you think about where that gold comes from, what was done to get that, to attain it. Glorious galleries hide sad realities. I'm talking about how there's a very shiny face, you know, a shiny facade that's very attractive, but when you peel it back, it's very ugly when you find out the history of imperialism, colonialism, and how the wealth is being redistributed and really seized and taken.
But you know what's deep though? The thing I enjoy about the project more so is the delivery of the project. Like I said, very native tongues. In today's society, that's very Dreamville. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people look at you and go, J. Cole, you know, whatever.
Because of the hair.
Yeah. But
I'll say this, J. Cole, in my defense, okay? I've always had an afro. I've always been nappy, all right? My man had a brush cut, and he was Mr. Goldwatch a couple albums ago. Just saying. He was clean. He was clean.
But
his kicks was clean.
But in delivery of the project, it's an organic project. And the thing I like about it, and I want to ask you this, it reminds me of Tribe a little bit because of the jazz influence in the tempo of the drum in most of the tracks. As a music geek, I'm going to ask you this question. The heartbeat is the natural tempo in which every album is made. And a lot of beats you have follow the systematic heartbeat of a baby. Was that by choice, or was that something that just came to you in the feeling of music?
Ah, man, just the feeling of music, man.
So then you have a very innocent love for music.
I like what resonates with the spirit, you know what I'm saying? And all those tracks, like I used to write verses and then find beats for them. All of those, I heard the beat and said, and just wrote to it.
So that's why I felt so organic, because the delivery of your rhymes on this project, as opposed to MC Enigma's rhymes, is that these rhymes weren't forced.
Yeah.
They felt like, there's a story I read to my students called Poppy, How Many Stars in the Sky? You know that story? It's about an older gentleman who's a grandfather who teaches the children that there's so many stars in the sky because the stars represent the children of the world. So they're countless. A zillion stars is not even close to what infinity is. And the same thing with music. When music comes organically, you can't find the value in it because it goes any and everywhere all at one time. And then the deliverer of the story was an elder gentleman who was wise, who was seasoned, and he knew the mindset of those he was teaching and protected them from overdoing it and gave them something they could relate to and find joy in. So I respect you for that project. Thank you for making it.
Oh man, appreciate it. For real.